Thank you for joining us for Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics to help with your financial wellness. Thanks, everyone, for tuning into the show. My name is Michelle, your host, and we recorded an episode earlier addressing spending during the holidays. And the other topic we want to make sure that we cover around this time of year is the topic of fraud. Dun, dun, dun. And to help us stay aware of scams is our good friend, Tiffany Kiefer, Director of Fraud Innovation. Tiffany, really great to have you back in the studio. How you doing?
It's great to be back. Thanks for having me, Michelle.
Can you believe we're officially here?
Yes.
but ready or not, we're here. It's the holidays, and I'm on extra high alert. I don't know about you with scammers. I believe you are too. I'm going to guess you are. You shared with me some articles about specific scams as we're preparing for the show, and scams that are most common around this time, like requests from often fake charities, online shopping scams, and fraudulent communications about delivery problems. So what do you think about today, just breaking down some of the details about these and giving us some key indicators to look out for?
Okay, well, we are going to dive into the specific scams, but in general, the key indicators present when a scam may be taking place often involve the request for money or information, as well as a sense of urgency. Scams often present as an opportunity that you can't pass up. It goes back to the adage of if something seems to be too good to be true, then it likely isn't.
Okay, so let's start with what seems to be some of the most common scams. I know this is definitely true for me, and it's the fake delivery scam, the one that I feel like has been going on for years. They just get to be more in quantity as the years go on.
Yeah.
But that kind of aligns with how much more packages that we expect in order during the holidays. So you shared some data from an AARP study on holiday fraud that reported 53% of adults have received some kind of notification from someone saying they are from the either U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, UPS about a shipment issue that turned out to be fraudulent. And that's up 29% from the previous year. And I think we can expect that number to grow this year. Tell us about this scam and what we look out for.
Okay, so delivery scams are when a consumer receives fake notification of a missed delivery, typically coming in via text, but may also be email. The bad actor will impersonate the U.S. Postal Service or delivery services such as UPS or FedEx. These messages often contain links to phishing sites designed to steal your personal information. To your point, these texts often ramp up over the holiday season because that's when a lot of people are placing orders for deliveries because of shopping habits and having deliveries made to your home or as a gift.
Yeah, and I know we mentioned some of the major carriers, but I'm thinking about last year, DHL was included in there, and there were others. What would you say is kind of the best way to stay aware of what's fake and what's not? Because you do want to actually check the tracking update from whatever package. So how do you spot some of these fake notifications?
And so you can look at it two ways. One, is it an item that you have ordered yourself? And so you would go back to the source, the retailer, and look for the shipping confirmation information and however it was that the item is being sent to you. You also should consider if you have a relative or friend who's sending you an item. And so rather than engaging with the text message, speak with the individual who would have placed the order.
Yeah, because the trick is to click. It's clickbait, right?
Yes.
So you're suggesting going back to the website or the app in which you ordered it from and checking your order status there?
Or check in with the individual who placed the order. And if you're not aware of somebody placing an order, still do not engage with the link from the text message. You can check in directly with the U.S. Postal Service if you are unaware if somebody has sent you an item.
Gotcha. Some of those emails look really real also. So how do you kind of, say you get something, you've gotten one before, like I'll give Amazon as an example. I could check it in the app, but I'm used to getting their emails and I'm used to clicking on the shipping notification from their email. How do you check the validity of those things?
And so it's going back to your Amazon app and checking any notifications that you are receiving directly from Amazon. And you do bring up a good point of right now, those fake emails, those phishing emails look really good.
Yeah.
Right. And so that goes along with the emerging trend of bad actors utilizing deepfakes. And so years ago, you would be able to identify inconsistencies within the email. You could see spelling errors, grammar errors. And so right now, bad actors are utilizing AI, ChatGPT, to improve how they are trying to con consumers.
Gotcha. So try not to fall for the phishing, the email, no clicking, go back to
Don't
the
click,
source.
go
and
back to the source.
Check from the source. Okay, gotcha. There was one scam that was completely unfamiliar to me on AARP's list of holiday scams, and that was a charity scam. And while I loved learning that individual Americans contributed a record of $375 billion in charity in 2023, I guess that also means it's an opportunity for scammers.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And charity scams are not as easily identified, say, if it's the delivery scam or if you order something and you don't actually receive it, right? And so people will donate to a fake charity without realizing that they have been scammed, right? And so what these bad actors will do, they will either pose as a legitimate charity or they will solicit donations from an unsuspecting individual with a fake charity. And so they will set up a website and they will source donors. Yeah.
And is this the same kind of phishing situation too, where you might get an email that asks you to donate?
Yes, it can materialize in that way where you can get emails in, please donate to this cause. These bad actors are attempting to exploit people's generosity, their goodwill, right? And so over the holidays, people tend to be more charitable because of the time of year that it is.
Yeah, and the hook for them is usually in email form. Do they call?
It could be both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So think of all of the channels. It could be a mailer, it could be a text, it can be an email, it could be a call.
Yeah, and what advice are you giving? Same thing with regard to checking notifications, go back to the source?
It's crucial to verify the legitimacy of a charity before donating to ensure your contributions are going to a genuine cause. Gotcha. There are websites out there where they do assessments of charities. And so I would check the validity of that charity. And so just going to the charity's website, that could be the website that the bad actor has set up. And so it's better to verify from an actual platform, a source that does an assessment of charities.
Okay, gotcha. We've touched on this one briefly, and it's the employment scam. I feel like you were here last year and we were talking about employment scams, and those are common. But I didn't think about the fact that it's ramped up during the holiday season with a lot of people looking for seasonal work. So talk to us about this seasonal employment scam.
Okay, so a job scam involves fraudsters offering fake employment opportunities. The intent is to steal personal information or money from that job seeker. And so these scams often include promises of a high salary with little work, or require upfront payments for training or equipment, which are actually never provided. And so the bad actors will send a check to the job seeker for the amount of $5,000 and say, oh, you have to purchase your computer and all of your office equipment. And so here's your $5,000 check. You have to send funds to this source by pulling out cash, sending a wire, buying gift cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any key words in there that we should really look out for? I kind of feel like anything gift card, I'm like, red flag right there.
Yeah. So the red flags when it comes to a job scam, and again, because it's the holidays, people are looking for other sources to pull in funds, for holiday spending. And so the red flags often come in the form of upfront payments, vague job descriptions, unprofessional communication, as well as high salaries with little work required.
So this goes back to your, if it sounds too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true.
Yes.
So this starts at the beginning. So this starts at the actual job post. The actual, the get is the job posting. And then they'll talk about the opportunity, the high salary is what we're looking out for, but then it's that idea of we're going to mail you money and you have to buy your own supplies. That doesn't typically work in typical employment. world.
You're right.
Okay, too good to be true. Don't fall for it. There's the red flag there. Okay, so you mentioned in prep for the show that AI and deep fakes is going to be really the new thing that we've got to look out for this holiday season. Tell us about deep fakes specifically.
Deep fakes are highly realistic and manipulated digital media, often videos or images. They are created using artificial intelligence to alter appearances or voices. They can be used for both entertainment and malicious purposes, such as spreading misinformation or impersonating individuals. This technology is an emerging trend in how bad actors engage with victims because the sophistication of deepfakes makes it challenging to distinguish them from genuine media.
Yeah, have we experienced this or have our members and have they contacted us about this? How does this manifest?
So today, bad actors will attempt to create deepfake images for a driver's license, trying to gain access with a membership, right? And so that's identity fraud, for example.
Gotcha. What around the holidays, what might we look out for regarding deepfakes?
During the holidays, it could be you receiving a phone call from somebody impersonating a celebrity asking you to donate to a charity, right?
Gotcha.
And so it can materialize in any way where you are being contacted. And if it's if it's a source that you trust, you may be more willing to give information, to take action, or to give money.
Gotcha. Does this also work where they pretend to be family members asking for money for the holidays?
Yes. Yes, they can.
That's so unfortunate. I hate
know.
that so much.
I know. And so if you get a phone call, somebody's asking you money, but it does not genuinely sound like how that individual interacts with you, use caution.
Gotcha. And you know what the sad part is? I rarely pick up the phone anymore just because there's just so many going around now. So, okay, the rule of thumb with the deep fake is it may sound real, but too good to be true. Maybe hanging up and verifying the source, calling them back.
Well, and to your point, I never pick up my phone.
Yeah.
Caller ID is very easily spoofed. And so just as somebody's asking you for something or to perform an action such as buying gift cards, previously bad actors were utilizing email or they were sending messages in social media. Now they are using the technology that's available today to trick consumers into giving them money.
Gotcha. Just more to think about, more to watch out for.
Yes.
Okay. What about artificial intelligence related to what we can expect for the holidays?
Thinking of artificial intelligence, it goes back to the requests for charity donation.
Yeah.
And so the bad actors will take the previously unsophisticated communication that they have used in the past, run it through AI, and improve how it appears, how it generates. They will take communication that is legitimate and say, update this to include my fake charity.
Gotcha.
Right. And so that's how it appears. And so that's why we say always go back to the true source.
Gotcha. So it sounds like a lot of these scams we probably have heard before. They're just more sophisticated. They're more realistic.
It's technology.
So we've got to be on high alert with all the things. All right. Give us some last tips of things we need to look out for as we approach this season.
Oh, sure. And so over especially Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday, card fraud very much increases, especially because consumers are spending time with their family. They're not checking their text messages or their emails. And so it would be a good idea to pay attention if you do receive communication from your financial institution. However, again, going back to the spoofing, it could be a bad actor who's contacting you, impersonating your credit union. And so go back to the source. Contact your financial institution directly. Card controls in your online banking. Log into your online banking and you can freeze your card.
Oh,
right?
Or set up an alert?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Gift card fraud often occurs in a variety of ways. And so if you are purchasing gift cards at the checkout lane, there could be bad actors who have already taken that code and they're just waiting for you to fund the gift card.
Wow.
And so be aware if the backing of the gift card has been altered in any way.
Okay, gotcha. So you're talking about somebody that is in a retail. I'm at Target,
Yes.
and like maybe the back is ripped or compromised. Oh,
Yeah.
gosh. Okay. There was a mention in the AARP study about gift cards with zero balances. Is getting a confirmation at a retailer enough, or you've still got to check if it's compromised?
And so how this would happen is you're standing in line at the retailer. You purchase your $25 gift card, you walk out, right? And so say this is the first week of December. You then give that gift card to somebody for the holidays. And so that's 3-4 weeks later when they may go to use that gift card. Within that 3 to 4 week period of time, the bad actor would have spent the funds on that gift card by using the codes.
Gotcha. But they've taken it at the retailer by
They've
scratching.
taken it prior to you funding the gift card.
Gotcha. My gosh, Tiffany, so many things we've got to look out
Yes.
for on top of whatever we learned from last year and the year before that. Just more sophistication, I think that we're saying. Things appear more real, voices sound more real, so we're on just extra high alert. But there's things we can do in the way of prevention. So you're talking about being cognizant of text messages primarily around Thanksgiving, Black Friday, when purchasing activity is higher. Going back to the source and checking with the original either institution or whoever you've made purchases from. What advice do you have to give for somebody that's fallen victim to a scam? Can Patelco help?
Oh, absolutely. And so if a member falls victim to a scam, we would want them to contact us either by going into the branch, calling the member contact center. We have our contact center fraud experience team who specializes in assisting scam victims.
Okay.
And so dependent upon the type of scam that has occurred, we will assist the member with information of the steps that they should take, filing a report with law enforcement, freezing your credit, freezing your check systems. And so just the steps that you should take to protect yourself.
That's great that we have a live person because we also have a fraud center, which is chock full of great information.
Yes.
It's more on the preventative side, but there's also links to ways that they can get in touch with us, and being able to talk to a live person is so critical. So really glad to hear that. You can find more information about our fraud center. It's at patelco.org/fraud. Tiffany, any last tidbits as we head into this season? I need to hear this. I scheduled this episode mostly for myself. I'm planning to do a lot of shopping during Black Friday, and I am really curious every time I get a text message, every time I get an email, and I'm like, it would be so much easier to get there if I had just clicked this.
So, and that is very true. And what I'm going to say is slow down because the sense of urgency, that is what the bad actors are relying on.
Gotcha.
And so you slow down. If it's too good to be true,
okay,
don't do it.
Yep.
And if you have questions, call us.
Yep. Okay, that's great advice. Thank you so much for coming back into the studio, helping us get aware and prepare for the holidays. That concludes today's episode of Small Talks for Big Change, where we help simplify financial topics to help with your financial wellness. Stay aware out there, friends. Happy holidays, and we'll see you next time. Patelco Credit Union is insured by NCUA.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. To hear more, subscribe or follow our next video. See you next time.